Aren't buoys. All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is January 18th, 2023 on a Wednesday. How the heck are you? Yeah, skipped a day. Never happened yesterday, so... What? Erase. What is on my hat? Oh, these lights, they bring out the worst in me. That's okay. I'm not alone. Everybody goes through... not bad, right? Nice, huh? Matches everything. It was by accident. Had no idea. But welcome to the show. Like I said, it's Wednesday, and there's some things we're going to talk about tonight. Actual things. Yeah. Roswell. Not so good after all, is it? Apparently, there was a better crash 2 years prior. And let's not forget that Kenneth Arnold, a month before Roswell, saw the UFOs. There was a lot of sightings going on in 47, but apparently in 45 there was this crash or two or something in a zoo. I don't know. But anyway, it's interesting that people are, 1945 is the real date we need to be looking at. 47, those are balloons from Russia. Now that's the new, we're hiding the information. We've been hiding secret balloons from Russia, not China. From Russia. I'm friends with Russia. Putin loves me. I don't think he loves. He respects me. I'm good friends with Russia. Why wouldn't you want to be friends with Russia? It's China. Yinach. That's China backward. Yinach. Can't do it. So we'll do that. And, did aliens visit the Earth before Roswell? That's what everybody's gabbing about for days. I just didn't want to talk about it. Didn't care. But apparently people care. And just to throw in a little loop into the show, celebrity near-death experiences that come right out of this book. That's right, folks. Grab a cigar, grab a cupcake, sit back, relax with a cup of tea, cup of joe, cup of whatever you know. And let's get a little roll call in for tonight, just for old time's sake. What do you say? Hey, and Atlantis Part 2 is going to be happening next week. Thursday or Friday. Yeah. We are in Communica. And we've been trying to figure out a date. I want to make sure this presentation is as flawless as possible when represented here. So that's it. I want to do it right. This is, hey, could be history. Could be history right here on Goof On next week. So, roll call. Hey, David Wilcox, how you doing, man? Welcome to this show. Moonlick, how you doing, Chief? Welcome. Rebecca Wiles, welcome to the show, my dear. Hi, Brookes. How do you do? Huh? Good to see you. Samo, you're here. I didn't know if you were going to be, so I didn't send you the link, and we'll do that tomorrow if you have internet. David Wilcox, again, he twice. How you doing? Hey, Derek Kennedy, what's up, Chief? Welcome to the show. Wicked World, how you doing? Atlantis is found. There you are, right there. Hey, Marie's UFOs, how are you? Good to see you. Intergalactic Overhaul, hey, welcome back. Good to see you too. Death Proof Bum 01, yeah. Nice to see you too, Diane Boss. And everybody else just walking through the door, John Kinden and everybody. So, Diamond Dog, Bernie Muro, Lunar Sparkles, Uno. Moody Mongol is here, everybody. All right, now we can start because Alfie Joe Bob showed up. And Greg did. Good. Now we can start. It's official. If I didn't say hi, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means, we got to go. We got a show to do. It's just the way it is. It's a crapshoot. Felix, hi, Sky. FAP, what do you say? Welcome to the show, all three. See that? Saving time. That's what I'm all about. Efficiency. So tomorrow's show. Now, it's going to be a good one. You ever hear of Astral Citizen? That was from the gentleman known as Lion's Ground. Oh my God, I said Lion's Ground and the light blew out. That you couldn't have timed that any better. I don't know what's going on, but that's weird. I don't know why that would do that right there. Oh wow, it reset my settings too. That stinks. Ah, I had a certain setting for that light. Damn it. Now it's erased. Erased. So he has gone back to being Lion's Ground, but did a video about Greer a day or so ago. I don't know, 6 days maybe, I don't know. But I thought it was interesting. Unfortunately, Third Phase of Moon was brought in there, to say, what's going on here? What are these guys doing? So I emailed Heathcliff today, that's his name for Lion's Ground. And I said, would you mind if I could use your video in the show? Because I think I might be able to fill in some gaps and or have an opinion at least. I am going to watch the whole video before I play it because it's not short, but it isn't that long either. I can't remember how long it is, but 40 minutes, maybe 20. But there's some pieces in there that I think are quite interesting. I don't ever do anything on Greer anymore. It's been 3 years. Yeah. So I would have done it tonight, but I had asked permission to use the video. So I could, but I want to be prepared for tomorrow. I want to watch the whole thing. But it's very interesting, trying to, because if anybody is a debunker and does a very good job, it's him. I trust him more than anybody else. I'm not saying he's 100% right. I'm not saying he's wrong. Because none of us really know the truth. You know what I mean? We say, oh, come on, he doesn't know this guy. He can find that stuff out if he knows him. So that's what's good about Heathcliff. He does pretty good work, better than anybody, I think. And he gave the okay to use the video today, tomorrow, whenever I want to use it. So thanks for that. And that'll be tomorrow. It should be fun. I don't know. Maybe some people might want to check into that show and join me, Dorothy. I don't know, Dorothy. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there, Dorothy Hawkins. You know what I mean? Dot on the spot. So anyway, if anybody wanted to do that, Dorothy, you can more than welcome to throw in your opinion, Dorothy Hawkins. All right. Don Mofo. That's right. We are supported by you. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. It really is the only way I can go every day. And that's with your help. So thank you for that, Don Mofo, starting off the show with the $5 super dono. So I appreciate that. And well, thank you, Don Mofo. Had to cut Rich off. He could talk. For the $5 super dono. Hey, gosh. All over Rich. Hey. Thank you, Don Mofo. Mucho gusto, Generoso, and a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Cyber Bry. How you doing, Cyber Bry? $2. Same UFOs witnessed 10, 30, 80 years apart is not government. That's right. That is right. That's what I love. Because they weren't even caring. Once Roswell came, they didn't even, you're just seeing swamp gas. They didn't even talk about it. There was no TV, right? It is amazing that the age of television begins around the same time that these UFOs show up. Still interesting, though. And the 1945 one is really interesting because that's the one they're saying that Hiroshima, right? Didn't they say it's because of Hiroshima, Nagasaki? Right? Something like that is when we dropped the bombs. And people saw the UFOs there in the vicinity. Well, we'll get to it in a minute. Thank you for the $2 and a very good point, actually. Thank you. And continuing supporter of GoFund. Appreciate it. Cyber Bry, mucho gusto generoso. And Brian with a $2 super dono as well. Throwing down a super dono is as good as it gets. Yeah, mucho gusto generoso. Brian, thank you. I was going to say my friend. Thank you, my friend. And it just wasn't coming out the right way, and it may have sounded forced or fake. I just didn't say it. But I told you anyway. I know. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, who's this guy? Wayne's here. Going on Wayne's show. Saturday? I'm going on, believe it or not, Alien Addict show on Sunday. And that's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. We are going, the reason I have to be there because he won't do the show unless I go there. It's about the alien autopsy. And he's going to play the video. I guess he has it. Can't find it on the internet, but he has it. And we're going to talk about it. And I'm gathering up evidence as best as I can. So it should be interesting. Yeah, I'm looking for cadavers that were stabbed, sliced, or chopped, especially with a Ginsu knife, because they're the best. They can cut through a can, a rock, and a balloon all in one try. A tomato's no challenge. No challenge for a Ginsu knife. What do you think? Skin and, all this stuff? Yeah. So I'm going to Ginsu, probably I'm going to get a pig. Yeah, I'm going to get a pig. And we're gonna roast a pig. Is what we're gonna do, really, at the end of it all. No. Thank you. So I'm going on your show then. So you can let everybody know, and I don't care. I mean, of course you can. And other people in here who are friends of the show, I allow you to drop a link into your show, but don't spam. You know what I mean? Let's not go crazy. One and done. And you want to do it an hour later, half hour later, that's fine too. But let's not spam. If it gets out of control, I turn it off. Some people say they can't leave links, and I have that turned off so everybody can leave a link without me having to approve it. Capiche? All right. Hey, it's a one capiche show. Look at that. So I'll be going on Michigan UFO sightings and and paranormal encounters and Alien Addict on Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, I will probably be doing a show. No, I don't know if I'm doing one on Sunday because it's playoff football. The weekend's going to be jacked for a little bit, guys. Just keep your eyes open and your ears peeled. If you care. All right, let's wet some palates. We do that here from time to time with the video to kick off the show. I thought I saw you. I just did the double take. Mr. DB Cooper, 77. Happy New Year, my man. I don't know if I saw you, but if I didn't, giddy up to you and yours. Welcome to 2023, my friend. Right on. So I have a little surprise for those who care, and I know those care about this surprise. I bet you didn't know this was coming out. I bet you didn't know that this... All right, somebody's... You know what? That's it. I'm doing it. I'm getting rid of StreamYard after tonight. After the 24th. It's it. All right. Here it is. A little surprise. It'll wet your palate. And I think you might enjoy it. Shit, you're going to enjoy it. Giddy up.
It's a mind-blowing situation. For the public, it's like, a conspiracy theory, it's entertaining. But if you're actually in a responsible position and you find out that there's a whole secret government program that you don't know about. It's a shock.
This report comes from a shadowy Pentagon department that was shut down in 2012.
The disclosure movement has been hijacked by people parroting the narrative and the script being written by these black projects. I would say 90+% of everything that's going to come out is false.
The most widely seen UFO right now is not alien, it's actually ours.
It's a great cover story for all kinds of criminal activities. Blame it on the aliens, right?
If we are being visited by interdimensional beings, we should know about it.
This has the big disadvantage of the truth being much more unbelievable than the fiction.
It's the crash retrievals that are the Rosetta Stone for solving the UFO cover-up.
The implications of this is the difference between extinction level civilization versus one that's going to take off to the stars.
Tic-tac. UFO Endgame to Disclosure, presented by Third Phase of Moon. Available digitally March 14th, 2023. You know, I saw about 30 minutes of that movie. I really, really liked it. And it goes right along with what's, you know, we always bitch about how it's hard to come up with anything new. It is. It's hard. It's damn hard in this field. What can somebody do that you haven't seen or heard already if you are in this field? So again, we are at a juncture here where the movie comes out. You may know everything Greer's saying, but he's not the only person in the movie. You got Schratt, you got D'Souza, you got Kramer versus Kramer. What's that guy's name? Willie Carson? Billy. I think he's in there too. And James Goodall. But there is some really good stuff in there when they get to the Lou Elizondo. And then I don't want to blow it, but they don't find disclosure yet. I know. It's a really good movie. From what I saw the first 30 minutes, it went by so fast. It was really interesting. If you really listen to what Greer and the others are saying, instead of just going, "Where are the UFOs? C5 again?" Gotta listen. Nobody listens to anything in this field. And if they do, they misconstrue somehow what is being spoken because it comes from this side. We don't understand that jargon. Those UFO MAGA men. That's what we are, the UFO MAGA men. MAGA UFO. Yeah, that's what they're calling us. All right, I want to watch this together with you. You may have seen it, but I haven't. And that was on purpose. Check it out. Hey, it's stupid. I hate StreamYard. Check it out, there. We just sit here. All right, here we go. That goes. That's right, it's Fox. What do you want from me? I showed the other...
So history has recorded the first big UFO sighting in the United States is 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico, very famously, right outside Roswell. But actually, there was, in some sense, a bigger and more significant event sighting 2 years before, also in New Mexico, at exactly the moment the U.S. government was detonating the first atomic weapon, shortly thereafter used in Japan. And witnesses on the ground saw...
Did you know what I said? Did I not say that they saw it in Nagasaki when the bomb? I thought that's what happened. I listened to it and didn't comprehend it. Let me go back. What a dork.
It's a bigger and more significant event sighting 2 years before, also in New Mexico, at exactly the moment the U.S. government was detonating the first atomic weapon, shortly thereafter in Japan. And witnesses on the ground saw some kind of object shaped like an avocado, they said, crash land. It was inspected by a lot of locals. There were beings inside, they said, and it was carted away by the U.S. government. Now,
You know, with avocado, you can make a lot of guacamole. Of course it's guacamole in New Mexico. Of course it's an avocado. You can make a lot of dip with that. All right.
people don't want to be called crazy, so no one said too much about it for quite some years. But people within the U.S. government believe it's true, and they believe it so strongly that now, as of this week, the Defense Department's annual spending bill will require, as per Congress, the Pentagon to go back and investigate what really happened. Nick Pope is a former UK Ministry of Defense official who's followed this subject very closely. He joins us.
The Q-tipper.
Nick, thanks so much for coming on. So this is a story that most, I think, Americans are not even aware of, but clearly people within the U.S. government believe it's real, or they wouldn't have attached this to a spending bill, correct?
Correct, yes. This is being called the Roswell before Roswell. And you're right, people with some knowledge of these intelligence programs who've been briefing Congress about this made sure that this was put into the legislation. And it's one of many UFO provisions in the new defense bill. The DOD must provide Congress with...
Wait, hold on there. Look at these guys. Calm down now. Wait, that's a bad...
list of everything.
It's not that serious, okay? Tucker acts like, you know, he's breaking something that we didn't know. You know? You know what I mean? And they get Nick Pope. Who can we get? Who's always available to talk? Jeremy? No. The other guy with the hair. Oh, Giorgio Tsoukalos? No, the other one. Oh, yeah. Q-tip? No, Brillo head. Yeah, Nick Pope. Poor Nick. His head did get a little less Brillo-y. Now it's just a pad. All right, I'm sorry. That's why people hate me. I just figured it out. That's why. All right, I won't do it anymore.
Thing they've found out about this specific incident, but all other incidents and programs from January 1st, 1945 onwards, and anyone involved in these programs or with information about it will be released from their secrecy oaths and non-disclosure agreements, and they'll be able to testify to Congress about this.
So here we have the nuclear connection again.
Oh, wait a minute. So Nick Pope thinks that, okay, because that was 5 years ago or something. I mean, it was 2 years after Roswell. 77 years? I don't know. It's a long time. 76. If anybody's still alive from that era, they would have had to have been 10 years old or 20. They'd be 96. So if there's anything the government has, are they going to release it because of the new laws and all that stuff? See, that's what's supposed to happen, right? All that stuff. But then again, the stuff that can be a problem for national security, they won't release it. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to play by that rule that it's too risky. National security issues. Yeah, something happened in 45, but look, everything's done that happened back in 45 and 47. That war ended, right? It's over, Charlie. Can you at least tell us now? I don't understand the secrecy at this point. If it's a balloon, because that's what they're saying Roswell is now. You know that. Russian balloons. Yeah. Oh, I'm not joking. It's Russian balloons, spy balloons. Am I wrong? I thought I was. Anyway, the Gore Dog 13, one of my favorite numbers, with a $5. Yes, I have. Have you watched Missing 411? No, not the UFO connection. What do you think of David Paulides' research? No, I like it. Who else is doing it? And who else is doing it as well as him? Nobody. So he gets all the credit for everything he's doing. I happen to like the guy. And you know, I've seen a lot of negative things on Paulides that saying that he's making up stuff, but I don't see it, especially when there's other people around. But I didn't do that kind of research on Paulides. Maybe I should. But from what I've seen, usually you'll see the bad stuff with the good stuff. I didn't see a lot of bad stuff, just that he embellished things. But then if he embellished those things and there were witnesses who saw them, they're thinking he's the one that put the boots back with the shirt and jacket. Come on. Something like that. Something silly. Anyway, I like the guy. Thank you for the support. The Gordog 13. Mucho gusto, Generoso. I believe you've supported before, right? Thank you, mucho gusto. Hey, Mr. DB Cooper, I know. 125 pesos. Yeah, that's awesome anyway, dude. Thank you so much. Hey, Rich. I never cared about the wrench, but let me get my wrench back. Okay. Yeah. Even if you're not every day, I'll put a... Can somebody make them... Anybody can do that, right? I'm not the only one who can make you a wrench. I'll do it. Here I am. Let's see. I thought you already were, my brother. I'm sorry, because from StreamYard, I can't tell. I only see you as green. And yeah, well, when you were gone, I erased everybody and brought back selectively other, people when we were going through all that stuff. So there you go, man. Thank you for the support. As always, huge supporter of GoofOn. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper 7. Hey, Heather Birdie, Zmog. How you fellas and ladies doing? GG, how are you? What's up, Jeremy Chandler? What do you say there, Chief? Foghorn Leghorn made it. God, nice to see you guys. Glenn Petzold, how you doing, Chief? And I don't mean that in the Native American sense. Chief as in, you're the best, you're the leader, you're the coolest ever. Into thin air. What's up, my man? My man. Remember when the my guy thing? What do you say, my guy? Oh, God, I hate that. That came and went faster than, my guy. Hated it. Oh, come on, my guy. I just got used to saying bro, and that took me a lifetime. What's up, Shelly Michelle? Oh, let's continue this. We're almost done.
This was around the first detonation in human history of a nuclear device. Subsequent to that, you've had UFO sightings at nuclear missile bases, right, around nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, nuclear-powered submarines. There's clearly some nuclear... I mean, I don't pretend to understand, but nuclear has some connection to these sightings, no?
That seems to be the case. And again, Congress is demanding answers on this. We had the latest report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence last week that highlighted the fact that there were several hundred more sightings being investigated, military sightings, than we'd heard of before. Talked about unusual flight characteristics and performance parameters of this. And yeah, we must get to the bottom of this UFO and nuclear connection.
The interesting is, the interesting thing is these UFOs, not only do they show up at the nuclear places, but they show up at circuses, parades, and anything else. It is not because we have this nuclear power. All right, it is. It's because of that. So what are they doing there? They never stole anything. You could look at the movie Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, when they had to go back in time to grab a whale so they could procreate in the 21st century. Because there were no more whales because of, people. And they went to go pick up a whale. and stop the big vacuum cleaner from stealing the water. Remember that? They talk to it. It's whale songs, Captain. They'd be singing whale songs, Captain. My God, Scotty, I think you're right. What are they saying? I hate fish, but I like fish sticks. What? Why would they be saying such things? I don't know, Bones. I don't know. But we've got to figure it out. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. All right, what else we got going here? I thought I saw somebody drop a super. Wait. You know, I never cared about the... Okay, I did that. Captain. Here it's always the same down here. I give her all she's got, but she gives up anyway, Captain. Who's this? Hi, Heather. UFO dollars sign. Thank you very much. Heather Birdie, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you, Heather Birdie. Appreciate you. That's another one I don't like. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Just say thank you. Right? Or I appreciate it. When did we start saying I appreciate you? I appreciate you. Thank you for... nothing. I was just, being friendly. All right, I don't know what I did for you to appreciate me, but I appreciate you, even though you didn't do anything at all. You smiled. Well, yes, sir, and I appreciate that in return. Oh, my God. Thank you, Heather Birdie. Mucho gusto, Generoso. I don't know what I'm doing, putting my feet in my mouth. Thank you. Are we done with Brillo, Popehead? All right, I got a lot of stuff. Let's keep moving. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Where is it? Into thin air. Here we go. I meant to play this yesterday and I didn't show up. And also on Monday but I didn't. Did I? I did play the Hunga Tonga volcano eruption, didn't I? I did. Yes, I did. I did the Hunga Tonga. I did the Hunga Tonga. I'm going to check right now. I know I did. Here we go. Let's check. I can't do it again. I know I played it. I did. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, Hunga Tonga. I did. Oh, I forgot to put Third Phase of Moon's video in the link in the show description. All right, I'll leave it open so I remember. All right, I played Hunga Tonga. Let me see if there's a new vid from I2TA. You heard me mess it up and I couldn't even get it out right. I'm such a schmohawk. Earthquake watch. Incoming rare earthquake patterns. Large 7.2 Indonesia earthquake and solar storm. That was from today. Let's go to the one yesterday. Since he just put that other one out, we'll let that one breathe a little bit. And we'll play catch up tomorrow. So here's I2TA Into Thin Air. I know he likes it, so I keep saying it, and I'm gonna wear out the welcome on that one, All right, here we go. Well, thank you, I2TA. Oh, okay. I will after this.
Welcome back, everybody. January 17th, 2023. Yesterday, I said it was January 26th, which was pretty funny. I don't know how many of you picked that up.
I've
some
done
of you
that
noticed,
before.
some of you didn't. It's okay. Things like that happen.
I'll
We
even
got
know
some
what day it is.
earthquakes to talk about. We're going to get into some weather, and we're going to get into some weird space stuff. So a multi-topic video today. Anyway, at the start of this video, we're going to take a look at this first
I got the
earthquake
short
right here.
ready.
26 minutes ago, a 5.1. This is considered basically the mid-Atlantic ridge. It's the meeting of two tectonic plates, so we're in in that northern mid-Atlantic ridge area, but still a very shallow earthquake, 6.2 miles in depth, and more than likely downgraded. So yet another 5.0 or higher earthquake since we dealt with those solar flares that we talked about yesterday. Now, this is a very important area, not only because it's where two tectonic plates meet, but because if we do see a large, big earthquake here, that could easily affect the east coast of the United States. Now, speaking of the east coast, take a look at this. Over the last 2 days, this very weird pattern of earthquakes here, or at least reported earthquakes. Now, remember, some of these can be sonic booms and things of that nature, but anytime you see these red dots, that is someone reporting some sort of shaking or explosion, and it's just weird to see this pattern here.
Interesting. It's like there's a tunnel underground.
Over a 2-day period. If you look at this one in particular, this was actually an hour ago.
Hold on. Oh my God. I'm a genius. I want to show you this. You see this? Right. They wouldn't build a tunnel more to the right and go this way, go straight across. Because of all the water and shit they would have to tunnel off. It's a pain in the ass. So they brought the tunnel and went like that. And it's underground, I bet. Oh, Uncle Richie. All right, let's see if that's true someday. And then you got a square up top. I mean, look at where they're at. It's just so parallelogrammy. All right, I think this is interesting because it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's almost as if they're boom, 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 dynamiting stuff. And maybe it's creating tremors and earthquakes, or that is from the explosions. I don't know. But one hell of an explosion if it's showing up as a 5 or a 6 on the Richter scale. Continue.
And it's spread out over a 2-day period. If you look at this one in particular, this was actually an hour ago. So this is basically still taking place as you and I talk right now. This one here was 1 day and 9 hours ago. A reported earthquake. It's considered unspecified, so they're not quite sure exactly what that one is. We can move on now. 2 hours and 47 minutes ago, another one unspecified. But we see this pattern emerging. It's just really weird. Another 2 hours and 19 minutes ago. So take a look at that. So this one right here, 2 hours, 47 minutes ago. And just north of that, then we get one 2 hours and 19 minutes later. So this pattern has all taken place within the last day and a half.
And they're almost equidistant. That means of equal distance. I'm not saying equal distant. I'm saying equa. Because I know a lot of people out there think it's equal distant. It's not. It's equidistant. EQUA distant. Got it? Good. That's what we do here at GoofOn. We teach, and we're very condescending about it. Here we go. Play it.
This half circle pattern of reported ground shaking. Now, of course, when you zoom out, you see that half circle a lot better, but it's just a very odd situation, especially noticing this one from 60 minutes ago. And then we got one right next to it that was just about 2 days ago now. So basically just a little bit of a warning to keep an eye out on the eastern half of the United States and the earthquake situation. If you want to check these out on your own, you go to volcanodiscovery.com. This is a great website for actual reported ground shake earthquakes. I know a lot of people use the USGS. We have that Mid-Atlantic Ridge or Azores Islands region earthquake that we just talked about, but you don't see a single one of these earthquakes here on the USGS. And that is something you guys can look into on your own of why we don't see these on the USGS. But I would much rather know when actual human beings are feeling the ground shake, and when you get this weird sort of pattern here, that is not something to ignore. I'll be keeping a close eye on this situation. I suggest you guys do the same when you have the time. Jumping into the weather very quickly, I'll probably do some more detailed videos on what's coming over the next 7 days, but take a look at this low pressure system. This should be fun. By Thursday the 19th, it looks like that thing will be settling just underneath the Great Lakes, the low pressure system dragging all the way down to the southeast. As far as the potential for snow and things like that, we could see that in the Minnesota, Iowa area. Of course, when you see these low pressure systems this time of year, it's often that counterclockwise spin that brings that snow and ice towards more of the...
So that's going to be hitting, it's almost like a nor'easter, sort of, right? Pretty interesting earthquake scenario lining up over there in the southeastern part of the U.S., more East Coasty. Very cool stuff. I like Into Thin Air's content. Very interesting, very quick, gets to the point, no BS. Oh, like this. So, I was looking through the super chats to see if I missed anything, and it looks like I did. Tony McClear says I missed the first, and yeah, I see that. Thank you very much. It says yo. I don't know how I missed it, but I'm sorry. But Tony, thank you very much for the $5 super chat saying yo. It's good to see you too. Good to see you back for a hello and a listen. And then we went throughout where Don Mofo, Cyber, and then Tony McClear again. I don't know how I missed you. Did I miss this $2 one? If I did, I'm sorry. Yeah, Brian's in there, the Gore Dog. Got it. All right, we're caught up. Thank you very much, Tony and everybody. Mucho gusto, generoso. Hey, wait, what the I don't know, man. What is that? What is this? Oh, no. Coral. Oh, my God. What is that? $250? I was hoping I would hear back from Kurt, her brother, because we did have a donation or two to send flowers, but I haven't heard back. But, wow. Mr. DB Cooper, yeah, you weren't here for that. Yeah, man. Sad, bro. But thank you. Hey, you're gonna give me thanks, man. No, that's cool. Appreciate it. Sorry, it's just drummed up some emotions here. I'm gonna try to move on. But thank you very much. Very generous, Mr. DB Cooper. 77. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know what it was, man. It was just when you said for coral, it just made me think about it first. I don't know. I can't help it. That's the way I am. You know, doesn't take much to get me for waterworks. That's us Pisces. We're very passionate and Italian on top of it. Oh, gush, a Sicilian at that. Oh my gosh, double gush. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper. Dude. They say I could pin these somehow, but I don't know how. Did that pin it? Wait a second. Mr. DB Cooper. Another one? Is that another one? It is. Oh, my God, dude. Thank you. Trying to make me cry. He's trying to make me cry. Yeah. You got half a tear out of that, man. I'll cry later. That's really, really nice. I mean, you know Coral, man. You've been here. You were here. When Coral was like the nicest person. Ugh. Happens like that. Why does it happen like that? She did nothing mean to anybody. You know, take me. You know, if you want to take somebody, take me. No, it's because I'm not an asshole. That's why. It was just, no, that doesn't mean that. Yeah, that's sad. Thanks, Mr. DB Cooper. I was saying, take me because I'm an asshole. I said, well, I'm not an asshole, really. I'm just opinionative. That's all. People don't like, I don't mind people having opinions. It's when they say it's a fact without having evidence. Don't you see? I think I'm doing it right. I think I'm saying the right things about the right people, and pretty much we've been spot on. And I have help from you guys putting thoughts into my head too. You know, it's a good family over here. Oh, I saw the funniest thing. Hopefully I'll find it. Yeah. But thank you, Mr. DB Cooper. Is that another? It is another one. You're going, Mr. DB Cooper. You're like, I see what you're doing. You're dropping it by half almost every time. Dude, thank you. Now I'm going to cry. For me, oh man, those are fairly freaking awesome super chats we're seeing here. 250, 65, 25, and 1250, right? Am I right on how that's working from pesos? Dude, I mean, come on. That's all right. I appreciate it. Here's the other one. Mr. DB Cooper 77 is making it rain coral dollars. Coral bucks. We should have coral bucks. I like that. Coral bucks. I don't know how we would do that. I don't know what it would apply to except just saying it. For the next hour, anybody who puts super chat in, it's coral bucks. All right. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. Supporting Coral Ann, that's all. But I'd like it to be a little different. I'll figure something out. Oh, wow. For nothing. Dude, no, I'm beyond it. I've already convinced myself I can't cry. It's gone. It's gone. Stop. Dude. Thank you. I say stop, but you know. Thank you. Yeah, Coral is another one. You know. How are you getting these in so fast, by the way? That's like a record speed. I've never seen anybody put super chats in that fast. All right. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto, super generoso. Oh, I didn't know. I forgot. Let me check. What? Oh, I got to show you guys something. Oh, I can't. I'll show it tomorrow. I'm not going to say it. Nope. Nope. I can't, and I just can't. You would understand why I can't say it. I hate doing that to you guys, but don't. It's no big deal. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper. There's nothing else I could say, and I appreciate you. Thank you, bro. I mean, did that other one, did it pin to the top? Because I thought I pinned it. It won't let me pin 2,500. I can't believe $2,500. Oh, here we go. I can't do it from StreamYard, though. Let's see. It won't let me. It says, I watched a video yesterday, and it says what you should do when people send you super chats. And one of them was to pin it to the top, and I can't. It won't allow me to pin it. Now it's gone. I'll try another one. It says buy your own super chat, go to your channel, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user, or remove as a moderator. That's stupid. Can anybody else pin one of those? Pin the 650 or... I just want it up there. It looks cool as hell. Yep, can't do it. That's YouTube. Do what they say because it don't work. Right? If we were to add up what you just did, 250, 500, 750, 850. Mr. DB Cooper, I think that was $1,000. Oh, no, it's not. No, because I thought that was $250. Sorry. So 65, 20, right? 250. 5. No. Oh my God, I keep making mistakes adding. I'm doing this new math. So that's 250 plus 65. Right? Okay, there I go. Okay, 3. I don't know. It's like $450 or something. That's insane. Yeah, we will definitely use a portion of that to, send flowers to Coral. You almost gave me a heart attack. Thanks, man. All right. You almost got me though, bro. Whew. All right. I'm going to play this because it's fun. You all know him. You all love him, but you don't trust him. That's right. You know him as... I don't know.
When I got out in 1989, we had cataloged 57 different species.
Richard Doty, 57 different species. And you want me to believe that without a shred of proof or evidence or a picture, anything. 57. I knew it was Heinz 57. I remembered it as 57 because of him.
You have individuals that look very much like you and myself that could walk among us and you wouldn't even notice the difference. They might be able to go ahead, even in a dark room, and touch an object and go ahead and identify what color that object might be. They would have a heightened sense of smell, sight, hearing. You had some that were much taller than we were. The unique thing that I'd like to point out for the most part is that the entities that we did catalog were in fact humanoid. Now this
Oh yeah, this is from Viral Duck Films. I forgot. Yeah, this was a good part.
Created a situation where the scientific community was trying to figure out why that
am I
would
yelling?
be the case. Because you would expect that if life evolved on other planets, that they would take on some type of other being, so to speak, not necessarily look humanoid or be bipedal such as we are. But
do you know the odds that an alien species would come here, find us here, first of all, and not have to wear a space helmet or some sort of protection? That means that their atmosphere and everything else is identical to Earth. It would have to be. Even if it's off by a little bit, too much hydrogen, not enough oxygen, you're going to feel that. You're not going to feel well. You're going to feel like you're either underwater in camp or you're at the top of Mount Everest without oxygen. Yeah, that's one thing that always bothered me about the aliens coming here. So if they're able to be here, I know some people have seen them with the helmets on, without, what maybe masked in a suit that's skin tight, and we don't know if we're looking at their nudity or if they're wearing a spacesuit that is just on them, as tight as it could be. They wouldn't survive here. I was going to go somewhere with that, and I forgot.
apparently, we got quite a few of the species out there that are humanoid in appearance, and that creates a question that yet has to be answered by science.
But it's all, it's dotified. It's like Lou Elizondo or Tom DeShlong. It doesn't hold any weight. Water. It's a lot of fluff. I could say that, and I don't understand, a guy like Doty, why he's even saying anything like that. Because he's got to be paid. Why would he? Why does he care? What's in it for him? He was paid to be that dick. He admitted it. We know all about Doty. And someday I think Lou Elizondo is going to give that same speech 20 years from now, 15 years from now. I was told to say certain things. I followed orders. That's what we do. I follow orders. And my orders were to talk about it, that it's a threat, and to find out who has what technology in their arsenal or in their secret arsenal. That was my job. That's what he's going to say sometime in the future. Right? And then we're all going to look back and say, oh my God, I knew it. The whole time it was all bullshit. It was. A lot of people don't realize that there's something going on behind the scenes which could be catastrophic for the world. And I think that they needed this office to give them access to get things they need. I don't know. I don't know. But one thing for sure, Arrow isn't for you or me or I or us. It's for the government. They don't want our sightings, even though they said somewhere in there they're going to get public information. So far, none of that has made it their way. Am I right about that? They don't seem to care about civilians, and they should. Look, I know that when you get into the civilian stories, the numbers are staggering compared to how many are coming out of the government. That's why you get kooky stories. But pound for pound, you're going to get the same amount of real stories from really smart people that you're getting from the government. So you can't dismiss people just because they're not government owned, which is what it is. The government owns these people. They signed the NDAA. They did that. Nobody twisted their hands. Which is why Tim Burchett decided to get out of it. That's got to be the only time in history that somebody did not want to sit in these UFO meetings anywhere. It's odd, isn't it? He doesn't want to be silenced or put in a position where it could endanger him or his family. He said it without saying it, that the government's corrupt. He said it. That, they're going to say you got killed by suicide with 3 bullet wounds to your back. Something like that. I know, I'm wiggling a lot lately, I notice. Yeah. I don't know why I'm wiggling. I started this wiggle thing. I'm getting all excited. It's all my energy. I'm like a little chihuahua. I do that. I noticed it. It's stupid. All right, next. I'm not doing that story anymore. I don't know if I want to. Let's just look at it. Just look. Somebody posted this on Twitter. Fernando Jimenez. And he says, they do look pretty. The spherical orb shape is actually one of the oldest one reported. Let me get that bigger in there for you. And along with them discs, people in our collective past would describe dancing moons and flying shields engulfed in flames. So is that this he's saying? That's Sputnik, isn't that Sputnik, Yuri? It is Sputnik. This is lens flare. Why it sounds so stupid? I don't know. Anyway, I guess these are things that are seen in the night sky. Thank you. Yeah, these could be these, is what he's saying. Oh yeah, they look just like them. Yeah, that right there could be this or that. It's interesting how people make this stuff up. That could be this or this. Yeah. it's interesting. Because they look nothing alike. That's all. Fernando, yeah, I'm not so sure this is the place for you, Chief. Nice try, though. So Patrick Jackson on Twitter, guy in a car captures this, he says, type 1 spheres in V formation, horizontal configuration with a type 2 relay at the rear equals target is above. Video in the comments. I don't understand why Gary Nolan is involved with this. I don't know. So he's saying type 1 spheres in V formation, target is above, type 2 relay. What the hell is he talking about? So these is this? Oh my God. He's saying this is a type 2 triangle sighting and this is a type 1 because it's by itself. How? I'm sorry, everybody. That's ridiculous. That is so absolutely asinine in every single thing on this planet that has to do with UFOs. This is the most ridiculous thing, analysis, answer for what you think you're seeing. By the way, it's flares. And you're saying this is why ufology is dangerous. This is why I'm here. Thank God. Because I'm right about this. I'm not wrong. You just can't make up stuff without proof. There's no proof that's UFOs. Those are flares. Come on. When have they not been flares? Anyway, it's flares. If you've seen the video, you know. Why do they try to make it into this glorious thing? It's unnecessary and it's dangerous. And people are out there thinking, oh my God, those orange orbs are type 1 or 2 and learning this garbage verbiage narrative that makes no sense at all. It's not needed. You're just making things more confusing, Patrick Jackson. 5 observables, and then a close encounter of the first kind, second kind, third kind, the Drake equation, and then the other one. What's the other one? It's the other one. I can't remember. Something theory. Pythagorean. No, that's not it. Okay. Let's watch this. This, This is a 6 minute, 45-second summary of the UAP report. Kirkpatrick's slideshow. Pat Ryder's statement with comments from Chris Mellon. Let's just watch. I can't wait to see this. I think I'm going to like this. No. What? What happened? Watch this. I don't know. I'm hearing something that sounds like, when you put a jacket in the dryer and the zipper keeps clanging around the metal? I keep hearing that. And then when I go to listen, I don't hear it anymore.
The new UFO report. Is it a nothing burger? I say no, but I do think it's pretty much a copy and paste burger. But what's in it? And more importantly, what does it mean? To answer that question, we have to look at the report as well as 2 other government documents about UAPs, all of which were released to the public within 24 hours of each other. Some through official channels and some through not so official channels. To establish the recent series of events that preceded the release of the UFO report, we have to look at a statement made by Pentagon Press Secretary Pat Ryder.
Hurry up!
Where he informed us that Congress only received the report 1 day before we did. Which, if true, means...
All right, I can't do this.
Means that the rumors that the report was submitted, then rejected, were false.
Okay. Yeah. Not some other day. Not in the mood. The Black Vault, John Greenwald, put a tweet out today with this to it saying, they're back. FAA air traffic control audio released of UFO sightings by multiple aircraft on November 11th last year, 11/11/22. So we're going to listen to that. And I also have the transcript here, but I'm going to put this link to the story, which I usually never do. I only usually put YouTube videos, but this is attached to it. So I want to put this there. And this way you have the transcript for your own leisure. So let's let's play this video. This is cool. See? Welcome back to third phase of what? Oh no, wrong one. Welcome back. We're back. Oh, sorry. The following air traffic control was edited. Oh, thank you. Long silence was clipped and non-UFO related banter was omitted. It was received from the FAA via FOIA request by the Black Vault. The entire ATC recording released follows the edited section and will play in real time. The radar displayed is actual and not a mock-up. Under 17, not permitted without parent.
UPS 834, Salt Lake Center, Roger. On upon 114, contact Salt Lake Center 128.35.
Clear 35 out of 114,
UPS 834, second.
Do you have any military houses high level east of us? Probably about 200 miles or so.
UPS 834, you're asking about the military airspace?
I'm asking if there's any military operations that have at high altitude to the east of us, around 200 to 300 miles. One in Salt Lake, UPS 948 Heavy, flight level 380.
UPS 948, Salt Lake Center, Roger. UPS 834, negative. No military activity going on tonight. But you see something out there?
Yeah, I got two lights that are kind of circling around each other. It's far distance, I don't know exactly how far it is, but it's not normal.
UPS 834, Roger, standby. And UPS 834, you said the lights off to the east?
Yeah, they're off and on, and they're fairly high speed for the distance they're at, and they're kind of circling. But they're going now, but they do every once in a while.
UPS 834, okay. Yeah, I worked the shift last night, and we had similar reports. Yeah, if you can, maybe try and see if you can time the kind of the frequency of when the lights come off and on.
Okay.
FedEx 1879, are you seeing anything like that?
Negative, FedEx 1879.
Roger, yeah, just keep an eye out. I think it's just at your, 12 to 1 o'clock-ish.
Copy that.
And sorry, UPS 834, you said those lights are off to the east. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're about due east of us right now.
UPS 834, Roger. Yeah, FedEx 1879, it'll be about in 12 to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
All right, we're looking at FedEx 1879.
Yeah, they're just lights that are going to be intermittent white light.
Operation.
They're back.
What's that?
They're back.
Okay, cool. We've got it now.
UPS 834, you got it now?
Yeah, it's about
FedEx 1879, do you see anything out there now?
No, we still know FedEx 1879.
Where is FedEx's position in relation to UPS 834?
They're just at your, they're about 035 at 30.
We look directly to the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock position, maybe a little bit higher. We're seeing 1 to 2 of them out there, just really faint.
It's 1879. We did finally see one flash out there at 16 degrees off our nose.
You said 15 degrees right of 12 o'clock.
Yeah, about a 070 heading from where we are.
And now it's gone.
Affirmative.
Gotcha. And UPS 834, any idea what the altitude might be on any of that?
Well, FedEx is off of our right at 040. It looks like it's double the altitude of that.
Twice as high?
Okay.
And UPS 834, you just saw 2?
We saw 2, maybe even 3.
UPS 834, roger. And UPS 948, do you have a map?
Go ahead.
UPS 948, I've got another UPS flight that's northbound to Boise. And they are reporting some anomalous
pretty amazing.
White lights that are kind of off and on. They would be anywhere from your, I would say 1 o'clock to, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And I think they're up pretty high, 60,000 feet or so. If you see anything like that, just please let me know.
That's crazy cool. That is just amazing. I'll put the link to that in the show description so you can go to John Greenwald's channel and listen to it. It's an hour. So if it was only a few minutes, I'd keep playing it. But I went about 5.5 minutes straight because I got lost in listening to it. It was good. You could tell I was quiet. Really interesting. I felt like I was there. Yeah, it was good. It wasn't, well, John did clean it up. He brought the dead, took out the dead air. I can't speak. When has that ever happened? Good stuff, John. Good. He did the FOIA request on that. My God, that guy's on top of it. So, Jeremy Corbell, of course, you know, this is the month. He said in the middle of January, before January ends, somewhere in the middle, something huge, someone big, and a story that's going to be new, we've never heard before, will be released. Remember? It's going to be huge because he does nothing big. Huh? Corbell does nothing big. They're huge. So check this out from the BBC. Corbell says, I thought this BBC article was of interest. Numerous others, too, by the way. Some articles were written to distract you, he says. Others were to dismiss a fundamental aspect of the UFO reality. It's as a fascinating display of human processing. Whatever that means. He doesn't, obviously, it doesn't sound like he likes what they're saying, but let's see. Because he doesn't sound like he's happy with what they said. I haven't listened to this, like always. UFO reports by U.S. troops skyrocket to over 500. The number of encounters has climbed from 144 compiled by a top U.S. spy agency in its 2021 report. Oh my God. You know what I'm going to do right now? Chop my head off, put it on a chicken, and throw it off a cliff. That's all. Nothing major. Just me. There's no video here. There's nothing here. It's the story and the video. There's a whole fleet of them over there. It says that's what they want me to play, and it's a short video. I don't know why they did this. They want me to read it. A new declassified government report. However, more than 100 of the encounters remain unexplained. These objects show physical. We already read all this. I don't know why that's even there by Corbel. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. But he says, once you start following certain writers, you can begin to understand just how polarizing simple facts can be. And don't forget, what the world received in this report was a report about a report. Like reading a label on a package, but not tasting the food. It's a good way to put it. He says, I prefer informed opinions. Think about that when you are ingesting media. However, facts are facts, and I'm optimistic for what we are all learning, and I encourage a tone of openness about having a robust conversation regarding the UFO topic, he says. Continuing, conversation is the only way we are going to grow and adapt to an expanding cosmology that properly includes the UFO reality. Overall, this appears to be a moment of transition and attitude in how we react to UFO presence, wherever it is or represents to humanity. So he says we're in a transition and attitude. No. We've already transitioned, bro. Right? We've already transitioned. It's over. We believe there's something out there that none of us can explain. None of us know where it came from. And there's no evidence to back it up. Oh, wait. They claim they have evidence, but we never see it. So just claims. See, they say there's evidence because they want us to believe them over anybody else. Why? You know, if the government is using their skills and science and all the people they've got involved, where's the data on all that? Oh, I know. Arrow just started a year ago. Forgive me. Not even one report can be done this way, you mean? No. Yeah, it'll never be that detailed, but it's a farce. It's not for cataloging UFO sightings. It really isn't. It's an illusion. It's a storefront for something else. I don't know what it is. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about everything. You know that, right? I realize that. But what have you seen so far? Nothing. What have they done for you or me, civilians? Nothing. They made the laws easier for their friends. See. But not we the people. We the people are bad. We're poison to Lou Elizondo and them. Because we're idiots. We don't have a science background. We don't know what we're talking about. I have never seen an astrophysicist, astrobiologist, or an astro anything find a UFO, record it, and then do it again. There aren't any. They're useless to this field. Useless. Well, they never see anything. And all the videos that come from the public, none of them show anything magical that isn't faked. So we may need an astrophysicist, somebody in the future for when they land. But for now, I'm more of an expert than anybody you've seen on TV. You are more an expert than anybody you see on TV. Isn't that amazing? More than Mick West, more than Lou, more than Mellon, more than Nolan, more than Corbell. That's for sure. And the list goes on. I almost said more than Greer. I know more than Greer when it comes to videos. He knows more than me about the lies. I say, here's the lie. Shut up! Tomorrow, not now. Well, he is a liar. I know! No, I don't know. I don't know. Guys make it so difficult to be me sometimes. There I go. I'm shaking again. See, why am I doing this? All right, I really enjoy this. I want to go back in history to when Lou was introduced to the world. And I want you to listen to the echo of his feet walking on the stage in front of 3,000 empty seats, acting like it's a full house of reporters and citizens and onlookers. It is the invisible
You all meet Lou Elizondo.
crickets.
Well, thanks, Tom.
Crickets. How do you do crickets? Did you hear when he walked up there? It echoed. It was like he was walking in the caves at, listen. Nobody clapped. Nobody sneezed. Nobody coughed, cleared their throat. No rustling of papers or clicking of cameras. Not even a whisper. That's Lou. There's nobody there. The biggest bullshittery on the planet.
Well, thanks, Tom, for that very special introduction.
Thanks, Tom, for that very special introduction. He hates Tom DeLonge. You could already tell by the way he cleared his throat.
My name is Lou Elizondo, and as a career intelligence officer, I am accustomed to being involved in close-hold, nuanced programs involving national security.
Look, he's looking around like there's people around in the audience and shit. What a pie-eating fool.
This includes being a counterintelligence special agent, a case officer.
Look, who are you looking at? There's nobody down there. Nobody down there. That's like me talking to me when I do this. What are you talking about? There's nobody there. But there is. There is. My imaginary friends. I always loved that clip. You can hear the echo of Lou's footprints. So this came out by Stephen Greenstreet. UFO experts are wondering two things. Number one, is it possible aliens flew their UFOs in a configuration which, just coincidentally, exactly match the patterns and movements of Christmas spotlights below? What am I doing? What? Why don't more... Number two, why don't more people take UFOs seriously? Oh, why did I do this? The Wisconsin Lights. Remember? Why did I pull this up? I don't know what made me do this. But it is a weird UFO sighting, if it is. Remember? It is weird. No. This is weird. I'm serious. I think it's spotlights, yeah. Because I don't know. Because what else could it be? I'm using Occam's razor on this one. I really don't know. But, you know, when the light cuts in front of the other one of these lights just moves and cuts in front of these, and you can see it go right in front of the other light without a beam attached to it. No beam, crossed in front of it, not like it was crossing from behind, like it was there. It was an individual light. Now, I know one thing about this Wisconsin UFO sighting. When those lights move towards us. It's moving further away from their original destination, and they elongate, which means they are fixed from the ground somehow. We're just not knowing or figuring out why these lights are able to shoot through the clouds this way. It's odd. Or it's just something else we don't understand, but it's man-made. Anyway, lovely. It was a very good sighting, which may have an earthly explanation. I don't know. It's weird. Nah, I don't have enough time for this. We're going to get into... shit, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's get into celebrities who had near-death experiences. Huh? Did aliens come here 2 years ago? I don't know. Oh, why are you asking me? Oh my God, what did I just do? I sucked in my own esophagus. It has been announced, check this out, I gotta read this, that George Santos has been given a seat on the House Science, Space, and Technology Committee. That should bring full UFO disclosure, or at least some money for George to buy a new car. So I said, that was Grant Cameron, by the way. Now, I don't know Grant to be funny, to joke around, but he's got a sense of humor. I was trying to figure out if he was joking. I mean, I know what he's talking about, having money to buy a new car, but he's saying that should bring full UFO disclosure. So I said, stop being silly, Grant. It's going to bring full disclosure. You are just talking to be heard, obviously, Grant. Now, come on, let's be serious. Disclosure will never happen, and you know it. Bring back the old Grant Cameron, the nuts and bolts guy we all believed in, not this version. I don't like that. I don't like it. But I said it. I feel bad I said it. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that I said that either. I'm going to delete it. I was in a mood. All right. And all right, one more clip. No, I don't have enough time. Shit. Damn it. That'll have to be for tomorrow. Near-death experiences and reincarnation. Now, what would make me want to read to you? Well, nothing. Unless it's interesting. And this is pretty freaking interesting. I couldn't believe some of these stories that were in here. Sharon Stone talks about some stuff that she had. Pam Reynolds died. George Foreman thinks he went to hell after almost dying. Mary C. Neals, she came close. She drowned and came back with the sad message. Elizabeth Taylor met her dead husband. Is it Eben Alexander? I don't know. Saw angels while in a coma. Interesting. Also, why are kids the most affected? That's an easy one. Because kids are sponges, man. They aren't tainted by life yet. They're an open source. And if I was to be a parent, I would educate my child in this stuff and tell him or her to keep it a secret. I would want them to delve into the mysterious stuff of psychics and all that shit. It's interesting. Yeah, we'll do it together. I'm never going to have a kid, probably. Anyway, this is a good one. It's short, but I'll read it. It's Pam Reynolds. She's a singer. She said she watched doctors drain her own brain while the Eagles played. Hotel California. Singer who had recorded with Bruce Springsteen and Pearl Jam, Pam Reynolds, was promoting a new album in '91 when she suddenly lost the ability to speak. And I've seen a bunch of these videos. You too. People are having cardiac arrests while they're on TV giving speeches. The culprit was an aneurysm in her brainstem that threatened to kill her at any moment. The only solution was a dangerous operation that called for her chilling her body and draining the blood from her head. She was well into surgery when her brain waves and blood flow suddenly ceased. While clinically dead, Reynolds says she heard a musical note and felt herself levitate over the operating room. With hyperfocus, she could watch herself from above being operated on below and hear the doctors and nurses discussing her arteries. Reynolds then traveled down the familiar tunnel in bright light and talked with her dead grandmother and uncle before they brought her back to the hospital, all while she heard the song Hotel California playing in her head. "My uncle pushed me," she said, laughing in an interview with NPR in 2009. "And when I hit the body," the line in the song was, "You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave." And I opened my eyes and I said, that is really insensitive. After what Reynolds called the mostly pleasant experience, skeptics questioned whether she really had flatlined as claimed, or if these visions occurred while she was under general anesthesia and her brain still active. Reynolds lived for another 19 years after the incident, dying at age 53 from heart failure. Wow. George Foreman, this is a good one too. Short story. I'm going to read Mary C. Neal's. No, I'm going to read George Foreman. He thinks he went to hell after almost dying. A near knockout by the Grim Reaper turned the boxing champ's life upside down for the better. No bright lights, no friendly faces of departed friends, no gentle levitations. For George Foreman, coming close to dying just plain hurt. The experience that would shake up Foreman's world played out after a boxing match on a hot, humid night in Puerto Rico in 1977, with the air conditioning broken in the arena. I remember that. His opponent, Jimmy Young, a skilled boxer who had lost to Muhammad Ali in a controversial decision, endured a seventh-round pounding and Foreman's constant pushing and holding before landing a knockdown blow in the 12th that led to the winning decision. As he headed to the dressing room, the former world heavyweight champion and Olympic gold medalist started shaking uncontrollably and vomiting before collapsing from a concussion and heat stroke. Instantly, I was transported into a deep, dark void, like a bottomless pit, Foreman said in a 2007 memoir, God in My Corner. I knew I was dead, and this wasn't heaven. He recalled, I was suspended in emptiness, and nothing over my head or under my feet. This was a place of total isolation, cut off from everything and everyone. It can only be described as a vacant space of extreme hopelessness. Foreman felt he could literally smell death, his own, and for the first time in his life, he prayed. After that, he found God and became a minister and successful entrepreneur, pitching George Foreman grills before returning to the ring and becoming champion again in 95. As sports historian Andrew R.M. Smith wrote, in no way but to fight. George Foreman in the business of boxing, because of death, Foreman started to come alive again. Well, that story sucked. What do you want from me? I didn't write it. That was awful. That was awful. Awful. I don't even want to talk about it. Don't even want to talk about it. Nope. Nope. Not interested. That was the most boring 10 minutes of my life. And I am sorry for that. Never again. Nope. Check this out. Let's try to wash that out of our mouths.
They saw something go through the sky and into the trees, and they pulled the truck over. This guy, Travis Walton, jumps out of the car, runs over this thing, and there's a classic flying saucer that's hovering over the ground. He runs up, gets too close to this thing, a burst of energy hits him. The other guys run. They're terrified now. And then they're screaming and yelling at each other as they're driving off. Like, we got to go back and get him. We can't fucking leave him there. They go back to the same spot. He's gone. No one knows what happened to him. 5 days later, he shows up in town, calls the police, tells them his story. And his story was that they took him aboard this spaceship and repaired him. That he got damaged by this burst of energy that came off of this spaceship. And that he communicated with these beings. And these beings are what everybody describes as these classic gray aliens. They saw something go through the sky and into the trees, and they pulled the truck.
Sorry. I was looking at DB Cooper's thing, and the super chat, you disgusting perverts. And I think I unpinned it. I'm not sure. I was going to play something for you guys. Yeah, here it is. I was going to play it tomorrow, but since the near-death thing sucked ass, I have more stories, but I'm not going to put you through that again. Let's just watch this. Gary Nolan talking like he knows something. Let's do that. Now, this from Michelangelo says UFO poop cases. I'm not kidding. This is the mentality. Gary Nolan talks about UFO cases where witnesses saw unknown craft drop molten metal. Dr. Nolan has some of these metal pieces in his possession, and he highlights the Council Bluffs, Iowa 1977 case as an example.
There's another set of cases that are really interesting. There's actually multiple.
Boring. What else can we do? I'm just kidding. I think I missed a super chat. Hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, listen to this one.
Cases of this where a craft is seen, and I actually published a peer-reviewed paper on this one. It's actually the first ever peer-reviewed paper in a major journal on so-called UFO materials, and it was the so-called Council Bluffs case, circa 1976.
Thank you.
Craft is seen over Council Bluffs, Iowa.
Mucho gusto.
Iowa, yeah, and the scene it's basically seen in the distance from the city by multiple individuals, and then lights flashing and the kind of the usual, and then something seems to drop from the craft, and so several cars converge on the site, including the police, and so on the ground is a pool of liquid metal, like 35 or so pounds. I have the original pictures that the police took. This is all.
What is this Terminator? How does he do what he's doing? What is he made of? Liquid metal. Stupid. It's liquid metal. It's molten metal.
Through Jacques Vallée. And so I analyzed those materials, not to prove that it was anything and not to make a conclusion, but to basically get the data out.
Hold on.
Right, to create the data. Now,
hold on.
Get the data out to make a conclusion, but...
All right, let's take a look. I see. I like what they did here. Oh, yeah. Okay, some fissure of some sort here, and oh, wow. Right, good job. This is very, very telling. Very telling. The dirt here is very similar to the dirt here. It is very similar indeed. Wow. I mean, am I supposed to be that excited over what looks like, I don't know, nothing? Am I supposed to be excited about nothing?
to basically get the data out there.
Poor Gary, he's
right,
lost.
to create the data. Now, do we find anything interesting? We didn't find any strange ratios. But what was interesting about that, and we could prove, at least extrapolate that it wasn't, somebody was flying over in a helicopter.
Thank you, Atlantis.
And dropped, a molten metal, because the cost to doing that would have been too much, and a lot of other reasons why. But what was interesting about the material was, depending on where you looked in the material, the elemental ratios were different. It was iron, nickel, a few other things in there, silicon.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not homogeneous. It's kind of like you melt vanilla and chocolate ice cream. You only partly swirl it. You didn't put it in the blender, right? So why would that? So what industrial?
So, huh? I don't understand what he just said.
Where you looked in the material.
It depends on where you looked in the material for the ratios. I got it.
The elemental ratios were different. It was iron.
They're different. Okay.
Nickel, a few other things in there, silicon. Okay, it's not homogeneous.
Homogeneous?
It's kind of like you melt vanilla and chocolate ice cream. You only partly swirl it. You didn't put it in the blender.
Okay, got it. So it's not mixed completely, but it's still those elements, yeah? They're just not mixed. Okay.
Right. So why would that? So what industrial process would create this? And I've got a similar sample from Australia. There's another one in Fresno that if the guy who offered it.
So is he saying that this could be made? Created? That's what it sounds like. Right?
Would that? So what industrial process would create this? And I've got a similar sample from Australia. There's another one in Fresno that if the guy who offered it is mad at me for not coming and picking it up, it's just because I haven't had the time. With the same story. He found it in his driveway. They saw it, and then he found this metal in his driveway.
A liquid pool?
Liquid pool. Yeah. Well, he found he saw the object.
We'll let him finish this thought.
And then the next day, they found this metal in the asphalt of their of.
Okay. Where is it? Was that was what we just saw? So the isotopes were very close to what they should be. But Gary Nolan is trying to make it sound like it's unfinished. It wasn't done processing yet. It's like, you put a cake in the oven, then you take it out and you eat it and it doesn't taste right. Same thing. Oh. All right. It should taste a little different, but it's the same. But I don't understand. So the isotopes were earthly in essence, but just a little off. He doesn't know. I don't know. That sounded made up halfway. Not because I don't trust him. He was just all over. I didn't like what he said, and I listened to it a few times with you, but I'm not going to put the link to that in the show description because it's from Twitter. What else? David Fravor to me, says Stephen Greenstreet. Sean Cahill has credibility issues. David Fravor says Sean Cahill has credibility issues, in my opinion, which he does. And he's a very angry guy, I'm learning. I never, nor has anyone involved from my command, said the Tic Tac was fake. It was not a black program. Cahill is full of shit. Cahill and his crew of 5 are just trying to make money on this. That That includes Lou Elizondo. That's great. They're infighting. The infighting. So Cahill and Fravor both saw the same thing on radar, right? Isn't that what Cahill was? Radar operator? Yeah, he saw the same thing. And that's why I don't know why, what's his name? What's his name? No, I'm thinking of Kevin Day. Kevin Day, never mind. Erase, Jurassic Erase, all that. Forget all that. All right. You know what? This was funny. I got to put this out there before we go home. Did you see the new Martin Luther King statue they put up? This is the most awesome spectacle of the left, I mean, not the woke, the left. This is what they think is an improvement.
You finally get a federal holiday named after you after literally giving your life for fighting your government. And then a woke city in the Northeast, Boston, decides to unveil a statue in your honor, and everyone thinks it just looks like a... That's what happened to MLK this weekend at the MLK unveiling of a statue called The Embrace. Let's go ahead and watch what Boston did to MLK's legacy.
I couldn't believe what I know. Look at that guy.
That's a peanut. Why would they unveil a headless statue of one of the most iconic Americans to ever live? How would you respond
What
to
is
this?
it?
And they're saying it's a woke $10 million, they spent $10 million on this penis statue, and it's insulting to the black community. This is what Martin Luther King Jr.'s family are saying.
Wow. That's embarrassing. I don't know. Somebody mentioned it to me or sent me the link, and I said, I don't know. It didn't look right. It looked weird. So yesterday I played this video, and I think it's a really good video. I don't know what this object is, but has anybody figured out what the Ensenada one is? I'll show you. I think this might be something like a balloon, an advertising balloon. Because if you think about it, it moves back and forth like it, but I can't see the string. And I think I do see it sometimes, but I'm not sure if my mind is putting it there because I'm so thinking that's a balloon. Has anybody figured what this is?
I'm gonna post it on Steemit as well. Follow me on Steemit. Steemit.com/@Southforce.
Anyway, it's just an interesting sighting. Next week, Atlantis is found. We're going to finish up. We're going to do part 2 of what discoveries were made and where Atlantis possibly may be. And that'll be next Thursday or Friday. That's going to be a good show. And I'll be on Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal stories. Michigan UFO encounters and paranormal stories. I'll be on their show Saturday. And then Alien Addict Sunday. But I'll be doing Goof On Saturday, and I'll probably do it Sunday. I don't like taking off. There's a lot to talk about. And I didn't finish up what I have here for tonight. I guess I could go longer. But now that I've already said all what I said, it defeats the purpose. But I've got so many things to talk about too. And it's okay. I could use it for tomorrow. But there were a few videos I wanted to play, and that's what I'm looking for. This is a very interesting one. This has to do with we may be living in one of trillions of simulations. And Billy Carson makes an extremely interesting point about this. The way he explains it, It's really interesting. And I believe this it could be a possibility. And it makes sense. Listen to this in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Be one of trillions or maybe even an infinite number of simulations. And we ourselves have already started making these simulations. And what people tend to think when they hear the term holographic universe is that, oh, you're trying to say that we're not real. But it doesn't mean that. It means that we're real, but we're living in a fully immersed light matrix. It's already been scientifically proven that everything in this entire universe is made of light. Even the light you can't, you can't see, dark matter, dark energy, even that's light. Everything is light. Atoms are mostly empty space. And so what we're basically starting to find out now scientifically is that everything that we consider to be solidity is actually an illusion. Everything that we think is matter is an illusion. The only thing that truly exists in the third dimension is consciousness. That's the only real thing. And that might be broadcast in here from a source, from a singularity somewhere. And consciousness has kind of divided itself into trillions of entities so that it can experience the third dimension subjectively. We may be one of...
So this one being has it has a lifetime of trillions of us consciousness beings that all at the same time will be experiencing everything we experience. So this being will understand everything about everyone, which is why if you try to trick the universe with the law of attraction and make it think that you're rich, that you're living in luxury, that you're healthy, it will send back that energy to you and open the doors that make that possible, because it can't tell the difference. Energy is your thought, thought is energy, and thoughts create things. I know it works. It does. And it works for things that you would never imagine would work. It only works on you, for you. You cannot do the law of attraction for your friend, family, or loved one. It's self-gratifying and only for you. It's your universe. That's why I said long ago, when I got into this field, I was learning, and I don't know what made me come to this conclusion, that we are all gods, miniature pieces of God. Remember, the Bible says we are made in God's image. Not just the way we look, but imagine what we don't know what we can do. See, that's what I don't understand. You can change your vibration and you can hear things and talk to aliens. Look, I've done all that. I've lowered my vibration so low, the battery died. You know what I mean? It was like nothing happened for me. But I think it did. And I think it came to me in another way. And I think we all experience things a little differently. And it's done this way purposefully by accident. And I think if there is an all-being out there that is using all of us to learn about every situation and everything in life and what we feel and what we do and everything from every perspective possible, that it is possible we can create what we want. But telepathy? Telekinesis? I don't know. I saw a video today where this guy was going to be shocked by a shaman. And they had the guy take off his shoes and socks and stand on a wet towel so the energy can flow very easily. And the shaman grabbed a hold of this guy's arm and it went, and then that guy's arm he was holding, he held on to the guy in front of him or something. And nobody touched this guy, but the energy flowed through this guy into the towel up his feet. And the guy had this reaction. It was one of elation. like, you could see him change. And I understand what he was feeling. And he said the energy it felt like every emotion, love, and he said he didn't understand what he was feeling. There was a guy who lived across the street from me. I've told this story once before. And he wasn't a very liked man. And his name just happened to be Richard. But every now and then he'd come out while I was washing my car and, "What's up, Rich?" And then he'd go, "What's up, Rich?" And then he'd walk away. And all I hear are bad things about this guy. About the first year I lived there for a couple of years. And then one day he had a heart attack. And he almost died. Actually, I think he did die. He was gone for a couple of weeks. When he came back, he saw me washing my car. And they were moving. They were moving out of that house to some other place. I think he was moving to Wisconsin or something like that. And he goes, "I'm moving." And I go, "I see that." I go, "Where to?" "Wisconsin." I'm like, "Geez, that's a culture change, isn't it? I got family there. And if this happens again, we got family over there." So, but I died. And I'm like, you did?" And I said, "What happened?" He didn't know what I did. But I think he knew I was into UFOs because of my license plate and the sticker on the car. Alien hunter, seeing UFOs, shit like that. But we didn't talk about it ever. But he tells me about this experience he had. And he made a website. And if I remember it correctly, it's kingdomcome.com or something like that. But he said he met Jesus Christ. And automatically I'm, rolling my eyes. And I have to go somewhere. So I get in my car. And he's talking to me a little bit. Didn't start the car yet. And he goes, "God gave me a special power." And I go, "What was that?" And he goes, "I don't know. But I think it may have to do with healing people. Mind if I put my hand on your shoulder?" I said, "Okay." And he goes, "No." He goes, "You'll see." And he puts his hand on my shoulder. And out of nowhere, this energy went through my body. And I almost started crying right in front of him. I wasn't looking at him. He was like, I'm in the car and he's off behind me like a cop would come up. So he's just barely in my peripheral. And he puts his right hand on my left shoulder. And I heard him mumbling to himself. And then all of a sudden I felt it. And he goes, "Did you feel it?" And I go, "I did." I go, "I really did." And I got real emotional. And I started the car and I'm feeling this energy. And he goes, "I thought I'd give you a little gift and we'll meet again someday, my friend. Go check out my website, kingdomcome.com. You'll know my story." And that was the last I saw of him. When he walked away, I sat in the driveway with the car running, rolled up the window, turned on the air, and just tried to make sense of what just happened. And even now, I remember what that felt like. And it was as if he took away my stress. He took away my stress, is what it felt like. I told my wife that story and she's skeptical and she's like, "Do you think you wanted to?" I go, I didn't know what he was going to do. I had no idea. It just came out of nowhere. It was a surprise, babe. I'm like, here I am in mid-thought thinking this guy's bullshitting me. And this wonderful energy went through me that I felt that before. I felt that before when I had my My dream, I'm going to say it, I don't know if I died. It was probably a dream of near-death experience. I think I died. I really do. I think I died in my sleep one night and had this dream or this experience to make me believe that there is something after we die. And it did the trick. It did the trick. But unfortunately, I want it to happen again, but not for real. But these are the little things that I seldom talk about that happen. And there's a lot of reasons why I'm in this field. Maybe it's just to talk to everybody about it. And, it turned into this, everybody's lying type of show. And well, we've gone all different directions. But when it comes down to what we really want to accomplish is to get to the truth. I want to know why this is happening. See, I believe every one of us has been abducted if this is a real thing. I think we've all been there. Not everybody remembers it. That's why the numbers are so effing high. It's in the tens of millions of people have been abducted. Imagine the people that don't know. Billions, right? I would say 9 billion, but if you go throughout history, it's a lot of lives. And if there is one being out there, see, now I find that hard to believe, that this one conscious being is using all of humanity to gain knowledge and perspective from every different way of life at the same time. Why? Why? I would never want to do that. Seems like a waste. But then again, I'm not a higher power. So I guess a higher power would like to challenge itself and get to know every one of us. So I think we've all been abducted. And unfortunately, some people remember those things. It's got to be real. And I think they're from here. I think the aliens are from here. I think they've been here for a very long time. A lot of things don't make sense. The missing link, for instance. It's a very interesting time. And I wish we could all experience what we all experience. I would love for you to take just a few minutes to feel what I felt that night. And when that guy, Rich, touched me and it wasn't like he touched me and then I had the chills. Some people can touch you and just their touch alone sends. It wasn't anything like that. It was as if he took my breath. It was like I almost couldn't breathe for just a quick second. It was like, I'm going to use a silly term, but it was like an orgasm for my consciousness. And I'll leave you with that. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight, moderators and super chatters, and Mr. DB Cooper with the special thank you for $500 for Coral Ann and for me. And then I see somebody sent $30, David Wilcox on PayPal. Wow. He says, my government already took 30%. I'm not giving YouTube 30% too. Good for you. Yeah, no, I know. PayPal or Cash App, and I get the money instantly. YouTube money, we don't get it every day. We get it once a month around the 21st. So, thank you. I definitely needed it, David. Thank you, Mr. Wilcox. You are definitely a huge supporter as well, and a good friend of the show. You know, and I did see some super chats I missed. Let me go backwards a little bit before we get out of here. David Wilcox here threw down $5 while I was talking. If we are in a simulation, why would we interact? We could have our own little worlds. You may be talking to yourself right now. I know. That is so bizarre, isn't it? This could be my own world that I create that only I can see. And then when we interact, we interact, but it's my world. And you may be interacting with a totally different world. But when we come in contact with each other, how could that be? Well, it's either my world or your world. It can't be both. So you might be having a totally different reaction right now, and I might be saying something totally different in your world. Wouldn't that be weird? Oh, I don't like that. No. It's triggering an anxiety attack. Thank you, David. Mucho major gusto. 30%. Thank you, man. Very good thought on that. Yes. I don't know. Now, do we come back? You know what makes sense? Reincarnation, if there was one being. That would make sense to me. If this was all just for one great mind, it would make sense to me to come back as yourself, but somewhere else. So it can learn how you would act in that part of the world. Capiche? It's almost in a infinity. Infinite? Not finite. An infinite amount of possibilities. And I would imagine that these simulations happen within seconds, not years. This reality we're in probably only lasts, let's say 10 seconds for a whole lifetime. Right? But we play it out in real time. That blows me away too. I don't like that. I don't like that we could be on the edge of a marble. Do marbles have edges? They only have one edge, right? The circumference. They don't have corners, but they do have edges. Yeah, that's true. I'm as sharp as a marble, guys. Sharp as a marble. Thank you, David Wilcox, for throwing it down. Champion style. Tim Freestone throwing it down. Super overtime tonight. Oh, super overtime insight. Richie boy. Tim, thank you very much. Mr. Freestone. Good. About time we had some, interesting conversation. Sometimes it happens, and sometimes it's by accident, like tonight. Thank you, Tim. Mucho gusto generoso and a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Lisa B. Synchronicity. It's $5. Synchronicity. Synchronicity. There is synchro in this city. Synchronicity. Synchronicity. Thank you, Lisa B. B for Bowden. Wrong, Bowden. Thank you very much, Lisa. You are a continuing supporter of GoofOn. You are the father. I was watching I'm gonna pull it up. Nah. I'm not I want to play one more video, I think. There was something I wanted to play for sure. For sure. Hold on. God dang it, I got a lot of good stuff here. Why couldn't I just go faster? Yeah, never mind. I don't know which one it is. Might be this one. Let's see. I think this is it. Oh, no. But interesting. Get out of here. All right, that's it. Thank you very much, everybody. What? Another one? No. So we'll be back. What's tomorrow? Thursday? It's trash day for me. 8 o'clock. Put the trash out. And I don't know. Tomorrow's I think I'm going to try to do the Greer show. Something about Greer. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. That takes care of tonight. Be careful. And everybody knows, if you don't know, we are... Truthology, for ufology, I was trying to say. Right? All right. Be nice to everybody. Life is short. And be respectful. Right? Just don't like liars. That's all. Huh? All right. Alien bless.
Control life.